Hey, what's up guys? I'm Pharrell, aka the Pad Technician, and today we're doing a review on the latest shield from Ultimatum Boxing. Shout out to Ultimatum guys, they're a boxing company based up in Russia. Link is down below so you can go check them out. Now, first review for 2021, I've gone with the smallest shield which has just been released from Ultimatum. Now, last year I did a review on the bigger shield. They had released a new line last year too. Same style, just new the new paddles, air mitts, and the shields. Now, what I really love about this shield is that it's smaller, and me personally, I love smaller, smaller focus mitts, smaller paddles, smaller shields, etc. So for the guys who have been waiting for the smaller shields, now's your chance to grab one. So the main key points we're going to go over today are the comfort, performance, and the style of the padding. Now, the one thing a lot of people want to go on about, or want to know about, is the handles. You know, the main key points as a pad holder, and obviously the other side when you're punching. Now, in terms of the quality of the pad, again, you can see that the material and the texture is absolutely beautiful. It's a very soft material, very smooth material, which allows comfort when you're holding and a nice feel when you're punching. And Ultimatum have only given the one target, which is the front today. In terms of the zip line, it's at the back, which is perfect because the room at the front means when you've got your hand in the handle, when you're holding, that when your knuckles are rubbing against here, not only it doesn't interfere, but the material here is so soft, it's actually comfortable. So it's not going to rub against your hand and be annoying, etc. In terms of the handle itself, the grip, absolutely beautiful little grip. It's comfortable. I can easily get my hand around it both ways. In terms of the size, in terms of like if you've got a smaller hand or bigger hand, you can get either in. Like there's no problem there at all. With the stitching, I absolutely love it. The stitching is so thick that you know the longevity is going to be there. So they've designed it in a way that everything has been looked after from both ends. Not only that, there's a nice mobile movement there. So the handles still stay in a stiff position, but the handles move mobile up and down, which means if you're doing anything or, you know, throwing your weaves around, absolutely perfect. So they've really done, they've gone next level with the way they've designed these shields, and I absolutely love that. Now, the shield is very light. The target is obviously a lot smaller, so depending on what you're using it for, you know, that'll be your personal preference in comparison to the other sizes, which I will explain in a second. Now, in terms of the padding itself, it's a very, very thick pad, as you can see. So there's a lot of padding. It's basically like the air mitt within a shield form. So there's a lot of padding throughout this shield, and it's very dense. It's soft padding, but it's very dense. So it's like a very thick foam, and it's very soft. So it's soft when you hit it, but it's dense enough where the shock absorption is going in and out, as you can see when I do that to the pad. Now, as someone holding the shield, right up against my body, I can hold this, have a very hard hitter, someone who likes to throw massive body shots, and I feel nothing. I'm gonna know about the shot if they landed in the correct spot, but I don't feel anything at all. Again, but obviously the bigger the puncher, you may feel a little bit more than usual, but the amount of padding in this shield, it actually allows you to take some big shots and feel next to nothing with that. Okay, and that's a big, big thing. As the person punching it, it does feel a little bit different, and some people may not like the way these are designed to punch, but the amount of padding in the shield, when you punch it, it goes in a couple mil and then pushes right back out. So which is good in both ways. So for someone who, you get people who tend to push punch, it won't allow that at all, and the pad holder is going to know about it with their shoulder moving back. But in terms of landing your punch on impact, it allows you to go in as far as your hand will go, but it'll push right out, which forces that movement, and that's exactly what you want when you're punching. In terms of the performance-wise, when you are punching on shock absorption, on the shock absorbing side, the pad does that. So it shock absorbs the punch in and leaves next to nothing impact on the boxer. So it does feel like you're not really punching hard at all. So you punch and you're like, are my punches strong? And they probably are. It just has enough padding where it's protecting your hand. And that's exactly what Ultimatum have done. They've covered both ends, so the person punching it is protected and the person holding it is protected. And that's the comfort level when it comes to the shield. The padding is a lot, and there's a lot of soft density behind it, which allows the shock absorbing feel, if that makes sense. So the protection is there for the athlete and the boxer. The mobility is there for the pad holder. In terms of the comfort, it works both ways again. In terms of the texture of the material, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love the new range. They're all the same style shock absorbing, especially with the air mid and the shields. In terms of the size, guys, and the comparisons, these two here, side by side, sorry. So obviously the shield on your right hand side is going to be a lot bigger, as you can see, and a lot heavier. In terms of the width, your right side is going to be also a lot bigger. Now again, guys who want a bigger target for whatever reason, they prefer something bigger, they may have beginners, or they just want something that's a little bit more heavier so they can really take the impact on the shots, then I'm going to recommend the bigger shield right here. But if you're someone like me who likes to be mobile, have a smaller target, you may be working with certain athletes who you need to force them to use something a bit smaller so they can land more accurately, then the smaller shield is going to do the job. In terms of the previous line that Ultimatum have had, the one on your right side is just a little bit lighter, a little bit bigger, and there's not as much padding as the one on your left. On your right, on your left. Yes, I got that right. So again, a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, but not as much padding. So the guys or girls who love to punch and feel the knuckles connect on impact, and they know what they're hitting, then this shield is going to be the way that you're going to want to go, because it has a different feel to it. But that's all personal preference. But for the latest shield, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because it's doing more than the previous shield. It's just a different preference. But someone who's looking for the comfort for themselves and their athletes, who's looking for the protection of their comfort and their athletes for both ways, and someone who wants something new and has a different style, different texture, then obviously I'm going to recommend the latest shield. Anything you grab off Ultimatum, guys, is absolutely amazing. It's professional gear made for professional athletes. But even if you're a boxing enthusiast or a beginner, I still highly recommend grabbing their gear. Now this shield here is rated, priced at 159 USD. So different countries, different currency exchange rates, so please double check before you purchase. Other than that, guys, if I missed anything, pop a comment down below or PM me if there's anything else you'd like to know. Other than that, guys, I am the pad technician. This is the latest shield from Ultimatum. Could have probably done that a little bit better. But other than that, guys, stay safe.